Good morning, Sara.
Good morning.
Yes, Sara Stoddard.
Correct.
I first knew you as Sarah Newman.
That's right.
And
yes.
when did you come to our campus?
In 2002, so going on 16 years ago.
16. God bless you. And I bow in respect and awe of what you do for the Adrian Dominican Sisters.
Well, thank you.
Chief, Major, Supreme Treasurer. And your title?
Is Director of Finance.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, well, thank you. I hope you're keeping us in the black. Is that the right
yes,
term?
Yes, and we are in the black.
Oh.
Yes, but I love every day of my job here. So it's a gift to be able to come here.
Because?
Oh, it's just the women I work with, the organization, the purpose that it has. It gives me a purpose to come to work, and I appreciate that.
Well, if you were interviewing someone for a position in the finance office, which I am sure you won't be for a long, long time.
Oh, no.
You have such an incredible staff.
I do.
But if that person were to ask you, how would you describe the Adrian Dominican Sisters?
Oh, just warm and embracing, courageous, never give up, and just keep on going and going. It's a great, great place to be. It's a great part. To be part of it is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Do they handle their money well?
Sometimes we need to be guided, but yes, they do. It's an amazing, to think back on what you all have built and what it's become is quite an awe-inspiring. It really, really is.
It keeps you coming back.
It keeps me coming back every day.
I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough.
Oh,
and you recently changed your name to Stoddard.
That's right.
Yes.
It's going on 5 years,
Is
though.
it?
But yes, I did.
What does your husband do?
He is actually works at Chrysler, it's Fiat Chrysler,
Mm-hmm.
FCA, and he is part of the new car testing. So they make new cars, and he works on at the proving grounds in Chelsea, and is part of testing, the big, fast muscle cars. So he has a dream job. He loves it.
Oh my! Well, you'd have to love it. I mean, just like yourself, you obviously love your work. How many staff do you have?
We have 10. 10 great women who do a great job. Makes my life a bit easier.
They are so gentle and understanding of the sisters. It's amazing the women that you have.
They are amazing.
Yeah.
And they love their positions too.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell just by the way they behave and how they do their work.
What might be some of your challenges currently?
Well, I think some of the challenges obviously is the stock market. Right now it's doing great, but it's always a little worry back here in the back of your head as to what's going to happen tomorrow. Especially with everything going on in the world today and all the unknowns and the craziness of it all, is that it's amazing to me that the market has stayed so strong over the last few years. So it's always a concern about where it's going to go in the future because we're so dependent.
Do you read the Wall Street Journal every morning?
I do not. I used to, and it got just to be too much. Because every day it changes.
May I share something that the former prioress Rosemary Ferguson said? That her group, that general council, initiated or formed the first financial advisory board, and they wanted to see the stock that the sisters had. Well, it was the stock they had were for the shrine of this and the shrine of that. So they kind of threw them up in the air. And she said she remembered being worried every day about the stock market.
That's right.
Which was something brand new in her life. But you work closely with the Financial Advisory Board, don't you?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Is that the correct name?
Yeah. Well, the Finance Advisory Board is the lay women and men that help us with our investments. So right.
May I ask if you could share who is on that board?
Oh, sure. So we have Jesse Bean.
From?
He was at Catholic Healthcare West. Now he's retired. And then we have Corinne McClintock, who's with Northern Trust, and I think she's retired also. And Alita McAldy, she was with the Houston Dominicans in their finance office. And Sister Geraldine Hoyler, she works at Christian Brothers Services now in Illinois with the healthcare benefits. And let's see, we got one new member. His name is Robert Yohanan, and he actually founded a bank in Evanston, Illinois.
Oh, I think I read about that.
Did you?
Corinne Floric wrote about that, didn't she?
Yes, I think you might be right.
Yeah.
And let's see, is that everyone? Sister Janice Brown just joined the board also.
Our
the
sister.
The first time we've had an Adrian Dominican sister, besides the general council,
Yes.
on the board.
How often do you meet?
We meet twice a year in person, in May and in November. We just met 2 weeks ago. And then we do a conference call every August and every March.
And their main advice is?
Well, their main advice is to stay with your investment objective, your asset allocation, your investment policy, and make sure you stay in it for the long haul. You know, don't react to the stock market's changes on a daily basis, which is one of the reasons why I don't read the Wall Street Journal every day. Is just to not react, but to stay in it and to stay focused on what your objectives are and to not react.
Have you had the opportunity for any travel in your position?
You know, I used to travel when we used to go around and do the education sessions in every location where there was a chapter assembly. But with the advancement of technology, we do it all here now, and it just live streams out, which makes it quite a bit easier. Because there was a time when Judy Rimby and I went around, we were going to like 4 different places, you know, in a week. It was quite crazy.
It was nice, though, to see where the sisters lived and worked.
It absolutely was, though.
Gives you a sense.
I do appreciate that, yes. I actually got to go to Dominican Republic, which was really a great experience. I probably wouldn't go there, you know, otherwise. But also not to see the tourist attractions, but to see where our sisters reside in a school and all that good stuff. I would never have had a chance to do that before.
And the poor among whom they minister, yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, that was a fortunate.
That was.
What general counsel hired you?
Maureen Comers. So Janet Capone.
Janet Capone. And did you follow Mike Flaherty?
I did. So Mike Flaherty was director of finance at the time. And he hired me when Robert Green was planning to retire.
Bob Green.
That's right. He was the finance manager then. So when he retired, I became finance office manager. So that was in 2002. And then Mike Flaherty retired in 2006, so 4 years later. Yeah, it was great working with him. He was such a great teacher.
Is he still?
No, he passed away going on it was 5 years ago now. He died
I
in November of 2012.
What about Bob?
Bob is still good. He's doing great. You know, he's battled cancer for a few years, but he's doing good. His wife, Rosalind, however, has a stage 4 type cancer. I'm not for sure what cancer it is, but if you see her, she looks beautiful as always, but we need to keep her in our prayers.
Well, do your friends wonder exactly what does she do with those sisters?
You know,
do you get questions like that?
I get that all the time, you know, because I just don't quite understand what keeps me so busy. Because one thing in my position, I am constantly busy. There's very rarely a lull. I'm always going, and people are like, gosh, what in the world do you do? And so it's difficult to explain to people who don't understand religious life or maybe who haven't seen our organization. My grandma, until the day that she passed away, told everybody I work for St. Heights University.
Of course.
You know, no matter how many times I tell, I do not work for the university, I work for the sisters, but it's hard to have that differential.
I used to have a problem with the Adrian Telegram. They would say this program at Siena Heights University, and it wasn't. It was at Weber.
Right.
Yes. Never get it straight.
No, they never.
But that's okay. But you have prime real estate where you are.
I do. I have a beautiful office in Baden Hall. It's gorgeous.
Yes.
And large, 2 beautiful windows.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a sign.
Yes, it is. It is.
You can ask for a raise
Right.
just because I have those windows.
That's right.
Yes. I think it always was a finance office through the years.
I
Maybe
think
not that
so.
configuration.
Right.
Yes, and you have a wonderful assistant.
Oh, Becky, yes, she's a gem. She's great. Yes. Couldn't do it without her. I couldn't do it with any of my staff. I need them all, but
And Marilyn's the one that's been here the longest.
well, Janine Zimmerman
Janine.
has been here the longest in our office, but Debbie Bloom also, she was over in nursing administration for the longest time and then came to our office. So those two are the longest coworkers in our office. And then Marilyn Lenhart, she came in 2006. So she came in 2006 when I moved into the finance director role. Yes.
Yeah, well, they're gems.
They are.
Yeah. Please keep them.
I
Yes.
plan on it. Yes.
So what do you do in your spare time, Sarah?
Well, I have 3 boys. I have 2 stepsons and then my son. So, and they're becoming teenagers. So it keeps me extremely busy with them, which I love. I'm a really outdoors kind of person. I enjoy going for walks and hikes, and I get my 4 to 5 miles in every day.
Say that again.
4 to 5 miles a day.
I thought you said 45.
No, not quite that many.
But that's wonderful, 4 to
Right.
5.
Right. Sometimes it's downstairs on my treadmill, but I'd prefer to do it outside.
Mm-hmm. And the boys, do they have that same desire to sports and?
My Kyle, my biological son, does. He does cross country, and he was doing soccer and basketball and whatnot. My stepsons, they like to read and quiet time. So that's good for them. But Kyle and I will hang out and we'll go for our walks and do our runs, yeah.
Okay, bottom line, why do you love coming to work every day?
Oh my gosh, it gives me such a purpose. It really does. I love coming here. The people, I feel so appreciated and so loved, and it's a great feeling to have to come to work to get that. Most people don't have that.
Yes.
And I am thankful and blessed every day that I can come here and work with all of you wonderful women who do such great work, and I love to be a part of that.
And you've been part of at least 3, 4 general councils. Would that be correct?
Maureen Comer, and then Judy Rimby, and then Julie Heyer and Corinne Sanders, and now Fran.
Yeah, 4.
Right.
4, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And you've learned from each one of
I
them,
have
I'm
learned
sure.
so much from each one of those women. I'm thankful every day for them too.
Yes. Well,
Yes.
I know they're thankful for you, Sarah. I hope you feel that 100
I
times
do.
over. And in the name of all of our sisters in the congregation, we have great respect and joy knowing that you love what you are doing and that you do such a masterful job at that. God
Thanks.
bless you.